Low milk prices the last couple of years have taken their toll on the dairy industry. Katie Pinke talked to one Minnesota family that's made the decision to sell their cows to preserve the farm and their way of life.
A lot of these smaller dairy farms are just so physically intensive that the people just wear out.
In 2018, Minnesota lost approximately 400 dairy farms. We're at a farm that is also selling their cows in 2019, but looking to expand their cropland.
Growing up here, if you weren't milking cows, you weren't farming, period.
Glenn and Melinda Groth aren't the only farmers in their area selling their dairy cows.
I think there'll be more yet, too.
After 50 years of dairy cows on the Groth farm, a change was needed.
It's a lot safer bet to invest our money and our time into the crop farming entity.
Milk prices, feed prices, did that play into your decision?
Oh, for sure. If the milk price is low, you just can't make those investments, and then you have to look at what your future looks like if you don't see the milk price turning around. And then there's obvious efficiencies of scale, buying and bulk buying in bigger quantities. So you add those factors together. The small farm like mine can't really touch what the biggest farms are doing in terms of cost of production.
We weren't in a situation where somebody was saying, you're done.
Melinda Groth spent 8 years away from farming, building a career as a Mayo Clinic researcher, then was farming on her own before meeting Glenn. Melinda found herself abruptly changing her path after meeting Glenn.
I never imagined that I would be a dairy farmer's wife, and being a farmer myself, it was kind of, how do we make this work? How do we merge two farms?
The decision to sell their dairy cows has been a part of nearly every conversation Glenn and Melinda have had lately.
There's just not an easy way to come to that decision. We know that we have a really good award-winning herd of cows, so we want to make sure that we do the best for them. And I don't think we want to be, in another 5-10 years, feeling as old as maybe we feel right now. And I'm hoping that we can get that back with the lifestyle change.
Let's talk about the scariness. You're going to sell the cows, and day one, what does that look like?
Day one is probably going to be some tears, but I hope that that's going to be quickly replaced with the weight of that decision being lifted. A decision that at least we got to make it, we called the shots on it, and probably days 2 through 7, we might be frolicking a little bit with some extra time. I'm looking forward to that first real family meal at the end of the day where we all eat together and it's not in shifts.
Through this experience, the Groths are focused on raising their next generation on their farm.
I want them to know that there is a bright future in agriculture for them, no matter what it looks like. And even if you maybe do have to do a scary step of changing directions midlife or mid-career.
And for the first time, taking stock of their lives won't involve livestock. In southeastern Minnesota, this is Katie Pinke for Ag Week.